Hi guys! So today I wanted to show you how I cut my hair. I do this for a few reasons. I've got really long hair, and whenever I go to the hairdressers and tell them that I just want a trim, they usually end up taking loads and loads off. The other reason why I do it is because it costs a hell of a lot of money to get your hair cut nowadays. And because I usually just want a trim, I don't really want to be spending 30 to 40 pounds each time I do it. So I have started to do it, on my own. I've been doing it now for about a year and a half, something like that. And I've got a technique which I wanted to show you that, hopefully might help you guys if you want to do something similar in your home. The things that you're going to need in order to do this, and sorry, you'll probably hear Ronson downstairs barking throughout this because he's annoyed with me because we've got to still go for a walk. We're going after I've done this, but he just needs to be patient. So what you're going to need is some good scissors. I would recommend just get some from Boots or Superdrug. These were actually from Superdrug, and I think they were on sale. I think there was only about £4.49, something like that. There was about three, 4 quid off. So really good. I'll be honest, I have actually cut my hair before just with normal scissors. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then I did think that actually I need to invest in some scissors that actually were a little bit more for the job in hand. So get yourself some scissors. The other thing that you'll need is a really good hairbrush. I'm using the old trusty Tangle Teaser. I've got loads and loads of hair, and it's a good one to use. The other thing that you will need is just a really good hair bubble, a really strong one if you've got long thick hair. And also make sure your hair is either wet or damp. I haven't got mine. Mine's actually been drying a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of water on it actually at the end, just to make sure that it's it's better to cut your hair from damp, especially when you're doing it yourself. If you're just wanting to get the split ends off, which I am, you can see, I'm kneeling down today, but you can see how long my hair has actually got. It's kind of down to there, which my belly button's there. So I'm planning to take about just the ends off today, just to kind of tidy it up. And it's getting a little bit dry and straggly at the end, so that's all I'm going to be planning to do. So once you've got your scissors, your brush and your bubble ready, you are pretty much ready to go. As I say, make sure your hair is either damp or wet. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. So I wanted to show you the technique that I use. Hopefully it will help you, and maybe it'll save you some money, who knows. It certainly does for me, so let's get on with it. So first of all, what I need to do is just make sure that all of the tangles and knots are out of my hair. So you just want to go through with a really good brush. It is a good one for long, thick hair. Then the next step is to throw your hair all the way forwards like this. Take your brush and just brush it all forward. Brush it all forward as much as you can. You want it to be all forward, okay? Just keep brushing it forward. And then also just underneath here. Now what you're trying to do is get to a place, what we're going to be doing is basically holding a ponytail at the front of your head, like this. So you want all of this as smooth as possible, all the way around the head. And then once you get to that stage, fasten this bit. So that is basically what you're getting to. You might want to use a comb or something a little bit more so you can really get into the scalp. I use sometimes this brush because it's wider, so once I've got all the knots out with my tangle teaser, I actually go through it with this because I just feel like it gives it a little bit more of a smoother kind of finish, and it just ensures that there's no kind of bumps kind of through the hair. You just want this bit as smooth as possible. Okay, so once you've got it to that stage and all of this is pulled forward, it's all brushed through as smooth as you can get it, then you want to fasten the hair with this kind of ponytail, as sad as it looks. Oh, quite random, but you want to basically smooth, you want to fasten this as tight as possible at the front of your head, like so. Looking good. Okay, so basically, so it goes down the middle of your face. What I always do is once I've got it in that position is I just go through with my wide angle brush just to really make sure that I've got all of the bits kind of as knot free and as smooth as possible. So once you get to this stage, this is where the hairdressing comes in. So you want to take your scissors. This looks so random. Okay, so once you get to this stage, you want to make sure that it's still as smooth as possible. If your hair's got, just because I want this, so once you get it like that, what basically you're going to be doing is now cutting through. You're going to be just cutting through wherever, kind of depending on how much you want to take off. I'm just going to be taking this off just to get those ends so that they're kind of all a little bit more even and get these wispy bits, these split ends just kind of cut away. So it depends how much you want to take off, but basically what you're going to be doing is cutting through in a straight line. I'm going to take about that much off. And what I sometimes do as well is, so once you've done the initial kind of snip, that's fine. Then what I always do, you can see that that's a lot straighter. What I always do is just comb it through again. So you've got it so that it's back up to where, if you can just see that. And then what I do is make sure that just kind of go this way. So just give a little cut this way. Just so you're getting a little bit of texture in there. You don't want to go crazy, but it just gives it a little bit more texture when you kind of let it down again. So then you end up with something that looks a little bit like that. So it's a little bit more kind of jaggy. It's not as kind of blunt. So yeah, hopefully that will give a little bit more texture when it's actually down. And that is it. So once you've got to that stage, take it out of the bun. Already it just feels so much better. And then, yeah. And And then what you want to do is dry it as you usually would, style it as you usually would, and yeah, I will let you know and show you what it looks like once it's been dried. Hi guys, so I have just dried my hair after I've cut it, and it just, honestly, it just feels so much better. This is how much I kind of cut off. So not loads, but certainly enough just to get rid of those kind of straggly ends. So yeah, I just dried it and styled it as I usually would, just putting in like the normal kind of products that I normally would. And I will turn around, hopefully you will be able to see kind of the effect that it gives. So it's not a total and utter kind of straight line. It kind of does give like a little bit of a layered effect. But yeah, I feel like I've been to the salon but without a price tag, which is a win-win situation from my point of view. So let me know if you have any questions, and also share your stories. So if you've enjoyed this video, then give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and make me very, very happy.